We're legit. We're legit. I'm gonna do this beautiful. That's very nice. There we go. Beautiful.
Shabbat, Shalom. Everyone sing that. Shabbat, Shalom. One more time. Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat. Shalom. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Shabbat. Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is so nice to be here. The Shapiro-Galpern family was on vacation, although I've learned that there's a difference between being on vacation with just adults and being on vacation with toddler twins. And while I may be wistful for the days of traveling just me and Ron together, I wouldn't turn back the clock for anything as we opened the door to the world and adventures for our family. Now, our family, we call ourselves the Zemmer family. Some of you may know why. The acronym for the family is Zach, Z, Eli, my son, Maya, my daughter, and Ron, my husband. So that's Zemmer. But Zemmer in Hebrew means music. So it's kind of nice that our family together means music, and that's who we are. So we we had an ambitious trip to Amsterdam, followed by London. And while we were in Amsterdam, we took one of these canal tours, and there were maybe 30 other people of all ages on the boat. And the tour guide was speaking about something with regard to the history of Jews in Amsterdam, although it was not a Jewish tour and we were not surrounded by other Jewish people on the boat. But as soon as the tour guide pointed out a building which had been a Jewish building, Eli and Maya turned to us and said, "Wait a minute, that's like us, we're Jewish." And we've nurtured them with Jewish experiences, but it was the first time that they paused in the middle of something and felt that sense of connection in another part of the world with a resonance that they were Jewish. And it was one of those proud dad moments to just take that in and think about it. That wherever we go, we have a connection with people living today, people living 100 years ago, and people who will be here in 50 years. And that Jewish connection is one that touches our souls in a deep and beautiful way. And whether we're in Amsterdam or in London or in Tel Aviv or in Johannesburg, one of the beautiful elements that connects us in this way is the lighting of our Shabbat candles, bringing light into the world, and our kiddush, our prayer of holiness of Shabbat with sweet wine. What an honor it is to invite forward to help us with these blessings. For the candle blessings is we're inviting Charlene London, and for our kiddush, Carol Siebman. And if both of you would like to do both, that would be even better. We're in our prayer pamphlets here right on the first page. I have one.
So use this one or this one, which is easier.
I think that one
I
is
don't
easier.
need this. Thank you.
Up, up, up. Yay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotov v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We're going to continue with our kiddush for Shabbat. We invite all who are able to please rise.
Is this okay, this mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotov v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsho Be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron la'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehillah la'mikroe kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'charta V'otanu kidashta Min kol ha'amim V'shabbat kadshecha V'ahava uvratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Beautiful, Carol.
Are you taking a sip?
No.
Please be seated, everyone.
Apple juice.
That's okay.
Thank you so much, Charlene. Thank you,
Our
Carol.
pleasure.
How about a hug?
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Both
you.
amazing. Thank you. Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash. Sing unto God a new song. It's our opportunity to sing this prayer, which is centuries old, as though we're singing it for the first time. It's on page 1. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song. Excuse me. If we turn now to page 2, right toward the middle where it says Shema and its blessings, we're going to continue. We invite all who are able to please rise for our formal call to worship. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. The Shema Israel is our prayer of listening. During our adventures while traveling, I was often trying to get from point A to point B pretty quickly. But every once in a while, Ron would say to me, stop and think about all of the things that you can hear right now. And whether that was the water in the rivers around us, or the trees, or the birds, or the sounds of airplanes or motorcycles. It's amazing what happens if you stop and just think and really take it in. So I'd like you to do the same. before we enter the prayer of Shema Yisrael, this prayer of listening, let's take a moment to stop and listen to God's voice around us. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated, everyone. Continuing with the V'ahavta toward the bottom of page 2. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha Uv'chol nafshecha Uv'chol meodecha V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher anochi mitzavecha Hayom alevavecha Vishinantam levanecha Vidibarta baham Vishivtecha bevetecha Uvlechtecha vaderech Uvshochbecha uvekumecha Ukshartam leot al yadecha V'hayu letotafot beinenecha Uchatabtam al mezuzot beitecha Uvisharecha Leman tizkeru Vasitem et kol mitzvotai Vihitem kodoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Lihiot lachem le'elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. I was recently reading some commentary by a friend of mine whose synagogue is Beit Teshuvah. For those unfamiliar, Beit Teshuvah is an extraordinary organization which helps people who are addicted. And they have a wonderful, beautiful musical Friday evening service every week, which is just extraordinary. If you've never gone, you should really make an opportunity to go. They're right here in the neighborhood in Beit Teshuvah. The commentary I read said this. It said, so often when people arrive late to services at a church or a synagogue, people turn and kind of give them a look over like, oh, you're here late. But when they arrive at Beit Teshuvah, they're greeted with hugs and with warmth and with a huge smile. And the reason is that people who choose to go to Beit Teshuvah are making a decision that they're going to be there and not abusing a substance at that particular time. And so it is an act of will that they've made the choice to be in this environment. The commentary concluded that we all can learn something from the community of Beit Teshuvah. That in our synagogues, for those who are in churches, that whenever someone enters the doors, whether it's 10 minutes early or 20 minutes late, they're here. And they're part of our community. And they are embraced with love and with soul. When the children of Israel crossed the Sea of Reeds, they didn't all get to the seashore at the same time. But they did cross over together because it was a shared experience filled with love and filled with unity. We sing about that time of unity in the Micha Mocha prayer. It's on page 3, about a third of the way up. Or a third of the way down, excuse me. 1, 2, here we go. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Micha mocha, micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, micha mocha nehedar b'kodesh, norati lo tosei pele, norati lo tosei pele. Ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. מלאכותיך ראו בניך בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. On the bottom of page 3 is our Hashkivenu prayer. This prayer serves as a reminder that while night follows day and day follows night, so too do our emotions. We all go through times of darkness, spiritual darkness, mental darkness. And the prayer is a promise that this too shall pass, that there will be light and there will be renewal. The bottom line in the Hebrew has 4 words. Repeat after me, please. Ufros, Aleinu, Sukkot, Shlomecha. Spread over us a sukkah, tabernacle of your peace. Uferos aleinu sukat, sukat shelomecha. Uferos aleinu sukat, sukat shelomecha. Ya lai lai lai, hey, ya lai lai lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai lai lai, hey, ya lai lai lai, ya lai 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 lai. Uferos Aleinu Sukkot, Sukkot, Shelomecha, Uveros Aleinu Sukkot, Sukkot, Shelomecha. Friends, there are lots of famous names that come to mind when we think about the ancestors, the matriarchs, and the patriarchs in Torah. Certainly a name that will enter our minds is Moses, Abraham, Sarah, Ruth, Miriam, Esther, Joseph, Jacob. I mean, we can name them off pretty easily. But I would imagine that the name Hoglach is not one that you generally think about. Or Malach is not one that rolls off your tongue all that readily. In this week's Torah portion, Pinchas, we learn about 5 incredible women whose names seem to have vanished from the canon of our collective understanding, but who nevertheless were 5 of the most powerful women in Jewish history. Their names were Machla, Noach, Hogla, Milka, and Tirza. What about these 5 women are so groundbreaking and extraordinary? There's this small passage which is a monumental one, because this part of the Torah talks about the laws of heredity. And the Torah spells out that the line will go from father to son to son to son. And if there are no sons, it will go to the father's brother. Well, it turns out that there was a man named Zelophehad who had no sons. In fact, he had 5 daughters. And these 5 daughters are the women's names that I just mentioned: Machla, Noach, Hogla, Milka, and Tirza. And these 5 daughters went to Moses. And they said, Moses, it's not right that our family name be blotted out and erased in history just because our father had no sons. Our father was a righteous man, and we deserve an inheritance rather than that line go through our uncle. And Moses listened to the voices of these extraordinary women. And Moses then went to God, and Moses said, God, what do I do? And God said, Moses, listen to them. What they're saying is right. They deserve an inheritance. And so because Moses had the wherewithal to listen to these voices, and because Moses had the depth of nature to go to God, and because God has the expansiveness to not be black and white, because all those things fell into place, the trajectory of history was altered. This is a groundbreaking story. For women in the women's movement, it was a story that helped bookmark women's rights and women's voices. But it's not a story solely about women. This is a story about each and every one of us and how we should face difficulties in law, difficulties in governance, difficulties in life. That if there's something that in our gut we don't agree with, we don't only have a voice, but we have a responsibility to say this is not right. And to, in a responsible way, which is what these women did, go to leadership and lobby and say we need to make change. Because when we do, things happen. I believe it was Begin who once said that the greatest gift of Judaism is that we voice our dissatisfaction. Now, yes, that leads to lots of kvetchers out there. But it also leads to making change where change is needed. That could be change in how our land is governed, and it could even be change in how we interpret our sacred text. Our next prayer, the Amidah, is a prayer that connects ourselves to our ancestors. It says we are the direct descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah. We all need to remember that we also are the spiritual descendants of these 5 women, Mahla, Noach, Hogla, Milcah, and Tirzah. Were it not for their voice, our voices would not be held to the high regard that they are. And so we rise as a community for the Amidah as we remember our history and as we embrace our future. We're on page 4 of our pamphlets. Adonai sivatai tiftachu fi agiti hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov. Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Gomel Chasadim Tovim ve'Konei HaKol, ve'Zocher Chastei Ahavot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Le'man Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah, Rav lo Hoshia, Mohorid hatal. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim ve'rofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishedei afar, Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata l'hachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Kol yom yahalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. On page 5 toward the top are a series of prayers and blessings. These are the themes that we also have in this Amidah prayer. You might reflect on these themes. You might take time to reflect on anything else that's going on in your life. These are what we call spiritual liturgy. And when you're finished with your own private prayers, you may be seated. Ve'yon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri ve'goali. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable unto you, O God, my rock and my redeemer, my rock and my redeemer, Adonai tzuri ve'goali. Amen. Amen. On page 5, toward the bottom, we have our prayer for healing, or Misha Berach. And this gives us an opportunity to really think about those who could use an extra embrace. As we offer this prayer for healing, perhaps there are people you know who could use that embrace. When we get to the center of the prayer, as my eyes meet yours, please release those names, share those names, so that we can all pray together. Mishe berach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who It's now my honor to invite forward on behalf of our congregation, Ira Pemstein. Ira is a member of our Board of Trustees, representing specifically the men's group, but truly representing our entire leadership. So good to see you.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Yes, I'm Ira Pemstein, and I represent the men's group on our board. And this is my first time doing announcements, so bear with me if I fumble. So I want to start with a Temple of Kiva tradition and asking if anybody's here for the first time today. Welcome. Hello.
Hi, my name is Sonia. Hi.
Welcome.
My name is Phoebe.
Pleasure to have you. Any questions afterwards? Happy to talk to you. I think, oh, I'm sorry, we have more. Welcome. Thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you. Well, it's nice to see you all. Any questions you have? I think I'm the only board member here tonight, but anybody here, happy to answer any questions and talk to you. So. I want to thank Charlene and Carol for absolutely beautiful job on the candle lighting and Lenisa and Kidders. It was so lovely. And I want to thank Sisterhood for hosting the ONIC tonight, which will take place right next door there after services. Hopefully everybody can join us. A couple of announcements, some upcoming events. Tomorrow night, here, literally here, on Wolkowitz Field, men's group, we're hosting our second annual Music Under the Stars concert. The Golden Medina Klezmer Band, they are a septet, seven, right? Seven, yes. Seven will be performing, and if you were here last year, this place was rocking. You might even see me get up and do a little. I mean, which I don't. My wife will tell you I don't dance, but these guys are great. You can still buy tickets online if you want, or at the door. My brother Herman will be manning the desk tomorrow. So please, it's a lot of fun. So please join us. Next Friday is the donor recognition gathering at 5:30 here, followed by services at 6:30. Saturday, August 3rd is the end of summer camp theme party for grown-ups. I guess the kids are still away at sleepaway camp, so this is a chance for adults to relive some camp days. It's also, I remember last year's was a lot of fun as well. Sunday, August 4th is the Rosh Chodesh online class, celebration of the new moon. That's online. Tuesday, August 6th is the choir open house. Our new musical director, Michael Rothbart, will be talking about upcoming musical events and opportunities for those of you who like to sing or play guitar or drums, or I play bass, so whatever you enjoy. And then finally, Temple of Kiva is once again partnering with Grace Diner for their summer donation drive. And they are looking for sunscreen, sunglasses, athletic shoes, men's and women's clothing, sleeping bags, and blankets. And I believe we have bins by the lobby for people to drop their donations off. And there's a lot of other stuff. Check the bulletin, your online newsletter. I always like to say there's always something groovy happening at Temple of Kiva. So thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Prior to our Aleinu prayer, I'd like to offer a prayer for Israel. I'm going to ask everyone to please rise once again. Please repeat after me. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael, V'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael, V'goalo. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, Bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the sukkah of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. It's as though I read this prayer for the first time every time I see it, because it has different layers of meaning. And when I see that it asks for God's guidance, that the leaders of that land and our land lead with truth, it really hits close to home right now. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael, V'goalo. And again, this prayer isn't a land of peace only for some people. It's a land of peace for all people. And we need to be reminded that in the Declaration of Independence of Israel, it specifically mentions freedom for men and women of Jewish, Muslim, and Christian faiths, as well as all faiths. I offer this before the Aleinu because the Aleinu is a prayer that says, Bayom Hahu, in the world to come, in the time to come, all nations shall be at one with peace. The words of the Aleinu are on page 6, which is the back part of our pamphlets. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Please be seated, everyone. As we prepare for the Mourner's Kaddish, I offer the following reading that is in our prayer books, but not in our prayer pamphlets. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We remember now friends and family of our community who have died, who continue to shine upon us from their eternal resting spaces. We remember first those for whom we are in Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, including Marty Sturman, Maria Snyders, and Kay Golub. Is there anyone else here who's observing Shloshim? Jan Gonder, Eta Gordon, Rachmanias. We add to their names the yard sites, the anniversaries of the deaths that occur on this Shabbat, beginning with those who have plaques in our Orfrig Memorial Room within the Mendel Sanctuary. Lanny Barish, Jean Benjamin, Victor Cowan, Sylvia Eisen, Paul Herman, Max Himmel, Bernard Hyman, Leah Kaganovich, Fred Provisor, Elizabeth Schwartz, Harold Shields, Nadine Testa, Louis Weinberg. We also remember Donald Abrams, Seymour Alexander, Jack Altfest, Lillian Antipol, Benjamin Barth, Donald Bernstein, Manya Bachner, Joseph Brandel, Lee Brody, Richard Bronner, George Ehrenbaum, Anne Falk, Marv Frankel, Anita Glassman, Ben Grobman, Abraham Grossman, Helene Hers, Cyril Hirsch, Chieko Kaida, David Kamen, Seymour Kreisel, Margaret Lambert, Spike Marlin, Cheryl Marmon Bloom, Kathy Marvel, Helen Ann Paley, Karen Nathanson, Samuel Perelman, Stanley Postar, Esther Potrush, Emma Raff, Albert Rappaport, Bob Rona, Joel Rothblatt, Arthur Rothstein, Mary Lou Rutenberg, Shalom Sarfati, Pauline Serlin, Norma Scher, Sheldon Stein, Mordechai Varsano, Jack Vodovos, Bunny Wasser, Erwin Weiss, Trudy Wittenberg, Ida Warrobe, Francisco Zelaya. Are there additional yard sites those here are observing? Sarah Natkin. May all their memories guide us with goodness. The words of our mourners Kaddish are on page 6. Please rise, everyone. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yalmad divrach chorotei v'yamlich malchotei b'chayechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael b'galau v'yizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Rabbah mevarach leolam u'amei omaya yiparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, Shemei D'Kodesha B'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who causes peace to be known in the high heavens help us understand that by reaching out to one another we create peace on earth as well. For all Israel and for all humanity we say, Amen. going to close with those words of Oseh Shalom. If you'd like the words, they are at the bottom of 6. If you don't need them, put your pamphlets down and just open your heart and soul. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Let's do a motzi together and then mosey over to Oneg. Hey, Mark, you help me out up here? What? Oh, Nora? Kamara, yeah. Okay. Mark, you hold this for me. Can you sing motzi with me? Ha, motzi.
Bethlehem in Aretz, we give thanks to God for bread. The voices join in happy chorus as our prayers from the sit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. You were awesome. You get that whole challah for yourself. Shabbat shalom, everyone.